another video. So in today's video you will see how I create this look and just kind of answer questions that I asked you guys to ask me on Instagram. Yeah, I kind of spill the tea on different things, let y'all know what kind of my plan in life is, what I plan on doing with this YouTube channel. So yeah, hope you enjoy the video. Let me know if you like it and make sure you like and subscribe. Okay, bye. So I decided to finally do this video. I've been putting it off for a while, so here we are. So I'm just gonna start off by clipping a couple of pieces of hair back. I might put a headband on. I usually don't use clips. I usually don't do my hair before I even like start my makeup, but I thought that it would be easier if I did it this way today, so this is what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just starting off by clipping back my hair. I might end up picking it up, I just don't want to ruin it, so this is what we're working with. And if I'm not looking directly at y'all, it's because I have this mirror right here that I'm using. Okay, so let's start. How do you keep yourself motivated all the time? So I get this question a lot. I feel like, I guess I make it apparent that I'm like the most motivated person ever. However, that is actually a very false statement. I'm not necessarily, before you ask me what I'm using the e.l.f. putty primer, but I'm not necessarily super motivated all the time. I think what I realize more now is that, I forgot to put moisturizer on. I think what I realize more now is I'm more consistent than motivated. Like, I know that things have to get done eventually, so I wake up every morning and I'm like, okay, like, I have to get it done, so I'm more like consistent in that aspect. Like, I'm not consistent when it comes to working out, I'm not consistent when it comes to eating healthy, I'm not consistent in a lot of aspects in my life, but when it comes to school, let me tell you, I am so consistent, and I'm so like, I try to be very consistent with it, because I know that at the end of the day, I'm setting myself up for failure if I don't accomplish things within the time that it needs to be done. So I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily motivated all the time. It's more that I'm like very consistent with that part of my life. So yeah, your best college memory. So I'm about to go on like a whole tangent about this. So don't get me wrong, I have had good college memories, like I have, but I feel like I have not gotten to experience college like most people have. Like, the only like full semester that I had was my fall semester of my freshman year, which technically was my freshman year, technically it wasn't, but that was the only semester that I like was at school the whole time. And during that time I had like 4 friends, my roommate, and like 3 other friends, and I mean, I enjoyed it. I think my favorite memory, if I have to pick one, is like our homecoming bonfire. That was so much fun. So yes, I do have like good memories, but I think about it now and I'm like, I'm technically like classified as like a junior, almost a senior. I'm graduating next fall, and I'm like, well, I know for sure this next semester, this spring semester, it's all gonna be online, so I won't be on campus again, which means that I won't really like make memories. So that's one semester gone, and I'm like, and the way things are looking, like we're probably still gonna be doing like online classes for my fall semester, which kind of sucks because that means that I really won't get to like make new memories by the time I graduate. So in that aspect, I feel like I kind of hate the fact that I'm graduating early, because I didn't really get to take in my college experience, but I guess it's fine. But yeah, if I have to pick one memory, it would be our homecoming bonfire. That was so much fun. So yeah, you're not a question, but you're gorgeous. Y'all are so sweet. What motivates you on the days where you don't feel like continuing in school? So whenever I just like flat out don't want to do shit, I think about how like I worked so hard to get to where I am today. And there's this quote that says something like, today you're living the dream that you once dreamt of. You know, like I'm living out the dream that I dreamt. I don't know how I'm wording it. I'm probably butchering that quote so bad. But essentially, like, I'm living the dream that a couple of years ago or a couple of months ago I had, and I feel like I don't take that. I take that for granted a lot. So I just think about how I'm already like accomplishing so much, and I think about how happy I'm gonna make my family and myself. So that motivates me each and every day. Okay, so the next question is, are you planning on going to a different school after you receive your degree? And yes. In case y'all don't know, I am currently a junior at the University of North Texas, and I'm double majoring in political science and Spanish. My intended graduation date is next fall, so fall of 2021, which is really exciting. And after I graduate with my bachelor's, I plan on going to law school to get my law degree, obviously. And I think what law school I have in mind as of right now is SMU, just because it's like in Dallas, which is where I currently live at, and I don't think that I would want to move away from Dallas. Like, I would want to obtain a job in this area, so I think that SMU is my best shot, and it's a good school, so that's what I have in mind right now. My only other backup would be UT at Austin, which was like where I wanted to go to get my undergrad anyways, but I just don't want to move now, so yeah. Do you work? No. I'm blessed enough to where my family can help me out to a certain extent, but I like to say that school is my job. And what I mean by this is that I am currently going to UNT on a full ride, and the money that doesn't get used for my scholarships, I get refunded back into my bank account. And you can go to my TikTok and kind of see like exact amounts because I've talked about it before, but I do make enough money to where or they do refund me enough money to where I don't have to work at all. My Starbucks order. So usually my go-to Starbucks order is a caramel macchiato upside down with extra caramel drizzle, but during this holiday season, my go-to Starbucks order is a pumpkin spice latte venti with vanilla cream cold foam. Literally the best. I forgot to make this disclaimer at the beginning of the video, but I don't want y'all to judge me on my makeup skills because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I just recently I've decided that I want to get more into my makeup, so I'm learning. It's still a work in progress. Feel free to comment down in a nice way to critique me and tell me like, hey girl, you should do this instead of this or whatever. So yeah, okay, let's continue. Who do you aspire to be like by the age of 30? I don't even before I used to be so excited to grow up. I used to be so excited, I wanted to be grown up so bad, and I feel like after I turned 15, and I remember my mom once told me that she's like, after you turn 15, the years literally fly by, and sis was not kidding. I feel like I've been 15 for I don't know how long, literally time flew by after I turned 15, but I look up to Ocasio a lot, but I think that, I feel like by my age, she had already done so much, and I'm behind, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so I aspire to be like her, but realistically I'm probably not gonna be like her, so yeah. Okay, any dual enrollment classes you recommend that drastically help you prepare for college? So honestly, any dual credit class helps you, just because it's a college course. It might be a little easier than it would be at a university, but it's a college course, and a college course is of great help to you. So if you are a high schooler, oh my gosh, these baby hairs. If you're a high schooler, or if you're a high schooler, then I definitely recommend that you take dual credit classes, because that's literally how that's literally how I can't talk. That's literally how I became a almost 20-year-old who's graduating with her bachelor's already. So yeah. Okay, so the next question is, what kind of car are you looking for? So if you don't know, I am looking to buy my first car on my own. I do have a car right now, but it's a car that my parents got for me, and she's cute. She does a job. She's a little old, and she did go through a car accident 2 summers ago almost now. So I think it's time for an upgrade, and this time I want to be the one to buy myself my car, just because now I'm financially able to. So I'm looking at a Charger or a Challenger, or a Jeep, but not a Jeep. I'm talking about a mom car type of thing. So it's either between a mom car or a sports car. Mustangs don't really appeal to me, and a Camaro. I'm not against the Camaro, but one of my cousins has a Camaro, so I feel like I need to expand the family in cars. So probably not a Camaro, but definitely maybe a Charger or Challenger is what I'm looking at. So that's what I have in mind. What was your high school experience, and what high school did you go to? So I kind of mentioned, my high school experience, my freshman and sophomore year was very boring. It was a new school. I was really scared of everybody, and I just didn't involve myself a lot. And then, except for one organization, which I maintained, which was Spanish Honor Society. That was the only organization that I joined my freshman year. And then other than that, like, I was in my own lane, didn't like really have that many friends. Like, I was literally in my own lane. And that was like my freshman and sophomore year. And then my junior year, because of one of my teachers that I met my sophomore year, my chemistry teacher, he encouraged me to like start, you know, involving myself in organizations for like college applications, you know, whatever. So my junior year was the best year of high school that I had. I think it was my brother's freshman year, so I had him there at school with me, which was really enjoyable. And I just like, I helped out with the cheer team and I just had so much fun. And then my senior year, I put too many things on my plate. Like, I just feel like I was doing so much that I didn't take in everything that I did. I mean, I guess it was rewarding in a sense towards the end when I graduated and I saw how much I impacted people and whatever, but for a long time, I was not happy in high school. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? I desperately want to not move forever, but I do want to move, like, just for a short time period to Spain. Like, just to know how it is to live there. Something about Spain, like, literally just, like, it's such a beautiful place. Like, I know the language, but I just feel like the culture is so beautiful. Do you have a boyfriend? No. I have been single for a really long time now, and I'm not complaining. I am living my best life. Is college stressful? Yes and no. I feel like, I don't know. I didn't really know a lot of people in college whenever I was in high school, but I just made the assumption that it was like literally the hardest thing ever. Like, I had that idea in my head, and now that I'm in college, like, I'm not saying it's super easy, but like, it's nothing that I can't do, you know? It just takes effort, obviously, and if you put in the work, then you'll see the results. How old are you? I am 19. I turned 20 in May 15th. When did you get into photography? Like I said, I just recently got into photography. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. It's very fun to capture like people's happy moments. Right now, like, my focus of photography is more into like senior pictures, but I'm trying to expand. I'm really trying to expand. I have literally the cutest nephew on this planet, and I have a niece coming, and then I have a baby niece who's already born. So I want to try to get into like maternity photography and like baby photography because I love little kids. So I feel like that would be like another like good area to start working in. But as of right now, like, my main focus of my photography page is like senior pictures, which I love taking as well. Are you ready to find your career once you receive your degrees? Oh my gosh, that's something that I'm literally so scared about, and it's like to an extent, oh my gosh, I have to stress about it, but then I don't. And let me explain. Like, I'm stressed in the sense that I feel like my degrees are not going to be useful, but I know that if I'm going to law school, then like I'm going to be able to use my degree because obviously like I need to have my my bachelor's to get into law school. But I don't know, I haven't talked about it yet, but I'm graduating next fall, which is literally a whole year sooner than I thought, which means that technically I was only in college for like 2.5 years instead of 4. And I thought I was going to be in college for 3 years and just graduate like a year earlier. So I'm graduating way sooner than I had anticipated, which is very nerve-wracking. And since I'm graduating in the fall, I won't be able to start law school till the next fall. So that next August, which is like, you know, when the semester starts. So I'm gonna have that spring semester after I graduate to either find a job, which would be kind of pointless to find a job just to have to quit when I go to law school, because I feel like I'm not gonna be able to work and go to law school at the same time, so that's kind of stressful. So I'm like just stressed about like what I'm gonna do. Like, I don't know, I just don't even want to think about it. And I'm like, I can just go back to work like the job that I worked this summer, which was at Amazon, but I'm like, what the heck am I gonna be doing having a whole ass like 2 college degrees and working at an Amazon while I get into law school? But it scares me, and I feel like that's like a very like real fear for college students. It's like finding a job after you graduate, because like a college degree nowadays is not shit. Like, nurses are getting paid so shitty, doctors are getting paid so shitty, so it's very scary to think about having to go out in the real world and find a job and then like take care of myself financially. But I feel like it's good to start thinking about it now and to like mentally prepare myself for that. But yeah. I'm sorry, this isn't a question. LOL, but you're so pretty and I love your eyelashes. Thank you. What did you use on your lashes? So today I got them permed. So I didn't use anything. I just put the telescopic mascara on, and then I used this other mascara to brush through with them, and it was really easy. What do you use to edit your photos? So I use the Canon software. It comes free with your Canon camera. You can literally like look up Canon editing software online, and if you have a Canon camera, then you just put like the VIN, I don't think it's a VIN number, whatever like tracking number your camera has, and then they like sync it, and then you have free access to that editing software. Okay, so the questions, I ran out of questions. I think I talked too damn fast and I'm not done getting ready yet. So I'm just gonna go on a ramble, and I looked at a couple questions that I did whenever I just did like random ask me questions on Instagram. So like somebody wants to ask me, how do you maintain your mental health? And I feel like this is something that's very important to talk about, because living in a Mexican household, I will tell you that my mental health is something that I struggle with a lot, because I feel like sometimes like my family doesn't necessarily understand how I feel, and I feel like very judged whenever I get anxious. So in that sense, sometimes it's hard, but dealing with my anxiety has taught me to like take a step back. You know, like if I feel overwhelmed, then I just need to completely take a step back and just calm down. And sometimes it looks a little different every time, but like sometimes it's like recently like social media, I feel like has like stresses me out sometimes. So I just will be like, okay, I'm not logging into TikTok today, or like, you know what, I'm not logging into Instagram today, and that helps. And sometimes it's simpler things like, hey, I'm gonna stop doing homework for a little bit and go outside and read my book for a little bit. So it looks a little different every day, but it's really just learning to acknowledge whenever you feel anxious, because it's like you have to be able to acknowledge that you're an anxious human being, and then being able to say, you know what, like I'm gonna stop what I'm doing and take care of myself. Because if your mental health isn't like, if your mind isn't okay, if you're not okay in your head and your brain, if you're not feeling okay, then like everything else won't fall into place the way it should. So yeah, it's hard. Like mental health is one of those things that's really hard, like in any household, but I feel like in a Hispanic household especially, it's very hard. But yeah, those are my tips on that. Okay, and for the final question, someone asked me if I ever wanted to have kids, and the answer is yes. I think just one kid, to be honest. Like I just want to have one kid that I can spoil, and yeah, I think just one kid is fine with me. But then again, like no kids would also be okay with me. Like I don't think that I would mind not having any kids. So I don't know, I guess we'll see in the future, because the answer kind of varies. This video, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun filming it. I don't know if you guys liked it or not. I'm sorry for the shitty makeup routine, but I just wanted to do something new, and I feel like this is a good way for y'all to get to know me. So just let me know if you guys liked it or not, and let me know what kind of videos I want to see.